Freaking it. All right, family. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Let's see who's going to come into the room today. Let's see. So, I am your favorite life and relationship strategist, MarshaunO, and I am here to help you deal with all of the things that you've been going through in your relationship. So while you're coming in the room, let's talk about which city, state, and country you are watching me from. And if you are watching the replay, then definitely hit me with the hashtag replay. All right, hashtag replay if you're watching this on the replay. But definitely come on in the room and let me know where you're watching me from. And I am, again, MarshaunO, your favorite life and relationship strategist. And I help women that are married or in long-term relationships to stop feeling disconnected and unloved and shift them to feeling heard, understood, and appreciated. Today's topic is the top 7 ways to evaluate your intimate relationship. And I know that some people are just out here just trying to figure out if they chose the right person, if they chose the right partner, spouse. And so I'm gonna give you some things to look for so you can evaluate your relationship. All right, again, as you're coming in, as we're waiting for more and more people to join, let me know where you are watching this from today. All right, let's do it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in and get started. So with that being said, let's talk about that you should be looking out for to evaluate if you have a great intimate relationship or if it's something that you need to work on, because this is totally the season to start working on your relationship, especially if you are looking for the benefits that you so want, that you so need, that you so desire. You're only going to get those benefits in the future if you start working on things today. So the first thing that I want you to look for in your relationship: how often are you and your spouse having fun together? How much playtime is involved? How much hard laughter do you guys spend laughing and laughing together? Because laughing together can actually be a really healthy sign that you guys are in a healthy relationship. Another thing is, make sure that when your guys are doing something together, when you're doing this playtime, whether it's an outing or whether it's doing something around the house, whether it's, going to see some type of a sporting event, something like that, make sure that it is something that you both love. Now, this is not always going to be the case each and every time, but you do want it to be the majority of the time where it's something that both of you love to do and to be a part of. The next thing is to make sure that you two feel, making sure that you guys are playing together more often ensures that the relationship is more lighthearted and you guys feel closer to one another. So again, that's playing together. That's the very first thing. The second thing is, how often are you two sharing your dreams? How often are you guys allowing each other into each other's deepest world, deeper, most inner thoughts? Sharing your dreams is very important. So how often are you able to do that? And then when you are sharing your dreams, do you get the sense that you can share it freely, like without rejection or without any judgment or anything like that? How often can you share your thoughts, share your dreams, be open to saying the things that you need to say to your partner without fear? Without any type of fear. So that is another way to evaluate if your intimate relationship is one that is for you. I see that some more people are coming in. So if you're coming in, then definitely let me know which city, state, or country you're watching this from. Say hi to you, girl. Welcome. All right. I want you guys, when you are sharing your dreams, to be able to share the dreams that you totally want to venture into, whether it's a place that you want to travel to or whether it's something sexual, like whatever it is, be able to dream a little bit. Share the things that you're learning when you're reading the books or listening to podcasts or places that you want to travel to. Even in your articles, like, what are some of your dreams that you have for your relationship? Are you able to freely, openly share these things with your spouse? Again, without fear, without judgment. So that's number 2, sharing your dreams. The first one was playing together. How often are you guys playing together? The second one is sharing your dreams. The third one is trust. We all know that trust is one of the foundational pieces that we must have in our relationships. And so if you do not have trust, you need to work on cultivating trust, rebuilding that foundation. Again, can you guys speak to one another without fear of rejection or even embarrassment? Your partner or spouse making a joke about you or the thing that you're saying. Like, how often can you be taken serious in your relationship? How often can you just go and share freely, again, without fear, without any type of fear? Trust is the core of having a healthy relationship, as I mentioned before. And this trust area is where our listening skills come into play. And this is where they are the most important, because you want your partner to be able to hear what you're saying, not just hear what they want to hear or what they think you should be saying, right? So trust is a big area. Big area, big area, big area. The next thing, which is number 4, is how often are you two working as a team? Is it always you doing your thing, him doing his thing, or vice versa? Or are you guys finding yourselves working together more often than not? So working together as a team. And then working together as a team to be able to solve life's problems. Hey, Angelica, I see you watching. How often are you guys able to work together to solve life's problems together, instead of you doing your own thing? Like when you're going through a problem, like, okay, I'm gonna figure this thing out on my own, never sharing it with your spouse, and then he or she is also doing the same thing. It is better to work together as a team, because nobody can move forward all the way where we want to go by ourselves. We have to do it, in this case, with your partner, in order to go further than you even dream, because having more heads, more minds put together, there may be something that you're venting about that you need to get off your chest, that you have a blind spot, right? And so maybe your spouse, whenever you're just speaking, you're just venting, you're getting this thing out, he or she can hear something that you never once thought about. And so you can reach your dreams and goals and aspirations a lot faster with your spouse in tow, with you guys working as a team versus always separating things. So can you rely on your spouse without concern that he or she will actually renege on their commitment? Oma says, amen. Thank you for watching, Oma. Thanks for taking some time out of your day to spend with me today. Number 5 is, are you guys successful debaters? Now, debating comes from the argument phase that comes and goes, it ebbs and flows in everybody's relationship. So how successful are you guys at arguing? How successful are you at debating? Again, how do you two argue? Are you yelling, screaming, fussing, and fighting? Are you guys able to sit down and have adult conversations where you say what you need to say, he or she says what they need to say, and then you guys come to agreement and say, you know what, I actually don't agree with what you're saying, but we don't have to fuss and fight about it. We can move on. Or, you know what, I never looked at it quite like that. Thank you for bringing that to my attention, where you guys are able to have adult conversation and not just being rude, mean, nasty, or just, not good to one another. All right. So, and then the couples who can disagree with compassion, respect, and support for one another are most likely to find solutions versus going round and round and round and round and round in a circle, never getting to any solutions, where both of you are just ending up frustrated. So how successful are you at debating? Again, that's really the argument phase. Number 6 is, we have a tendency, and this is both parties in the relationship, we have a tendency to parent the inner child within our partner. And then your partner also has a tendency to parent the inner child within you as well. And so this is actually symbolic, obviously, right? That you are seen as your spouse's parent in that moment. Just in that moment, whatever they need help with, maybe you need to guide them a certain way, tell them a certain thing. That's what our parents did with us, right? So symbolically, we parent you're parenting your child, your inner child, in your partner. And this can be the most difficult time in the relationship, because none of us want to be parented. We think that once we grow up, we leave the house and no one has to tell us, like, we don't have to answer to anybody. Nobody has to tell us what to do, etc., etc., etc. So this is one of the hardest areas that many, many couples, a lot of my clients, even some of my friends, and even family members struggle with. Because none of us want to be told what to do, not realizing this is where the gems are coming from. So if we learn to stop taking things so personally and really hear what they're trying to say to you, listen for the value, listen for the gems that are inside of what he or she is saying to you, then you can have a much better relationship overall. And then number 7 is, would your inner child want your spouse as their parent? So this is basically the opposite of the last one. So you're parenting your spouse's inner child, and then you have to ask yourself a question, because your spouse is definitely going to parent your inner child. But the question that you really want to answer is, would you want your spouse to be your parent? Well, I should say your inner child's parent. Again, this is symbolic, right? But your responses run the gamut from being totally satisfied in the relationship to feeling deeply unsatisfied. And we often take offense to these things, and they increase over time if we're not watching what we're saying, if we're not being intentional about the things that we're doing. It's crucial that your parental behaviors do not re-wound you as they did when you were a small child. Those are the 7 ways to evaluate your intimate relationship. I'll just run through them really, really quickly before I wrap this up. The first thing is playing together. The second thing is sharing your dreams. Third thing is trust. The fourth thing is working as a team. The fifth thing is successful debaters. 6 is parenting the inner child in your partner. And then 7 is answering the question, would you want your partner to parent your inner child? Once you evaluate these areas in your relationship and really ask yourself some tough questions to answer these, then you can get a better understanding of what you and your spouse need to work on, but specifically you, because you only have control over you. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is the season for working on your relationship. I created a free relationship resource library just for this season, because a lot of times we have questions, we might not have somebody to answer them, we don't know where to go and look. So I'm creating and building, I'm going to continuously build this library, but right now it is a free resource for you to go and get some of your questions answered. It is a guide to help you with your communication, just better understanding. It's going to actually help both of you come together, appreciate one another even more, and then create that deeper connection that you want. The link is up above, but I'll just say it here, is bit.ly/relationship library. Go ahead and pick up your free resource today. I love you guys. Thank you so much for spending a small amount of time with me. Again, I am MarshaunO, your favorite life and relationship strategist, and I help women that are married or in long-term relationships to stop feeling disconnected and unloved and shift them to feeling heard, understood, and appreciated. Now, if that sounds like something that you need help with, then hit me up. Send me a message so we can talk about how to work on your relationship and making it better. I love you guys. There is nothing that you can do about it, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.